So, good afternoon. Today, I'm going to discuss about the typography guidelines of proper type selections. Proper type selections. Okay. So here guidelines for the property selections. So the primary focus of a user interface design is an anticipating what the user might need to make the initiative as possible. Sir. There are few guidelines for proper type selections. Visibility of system status, match between the system with the real world, user control and freedom, consistency and standards, and error preventions, recognitions rather than recall, and flexibility and the efficiency of use, aesthetic and minimalized design, help user recognize and diagnostic and recover from the errors, and help and documentation. So these are the 10 guidelines of the for proper type selections. So proper type selection is nothing but we have to select the proper uh, web page which a user wants to know what is going on throughout their experience with your product. User may know, user will be analyzing our web page. So making this system status visible help them to understand the outcome of the prior interactions and decide the next steps initiative. Okay, so here best example is Google Map status bar and GPS arrow. So visibility of system status. So we need if we are going to Coimbatore to Salem, if you're connected with Google Maps or GPS arrow, so automatically the arrow will be indicating wherever your mobility is moving, the directions will be focusing on the system status. So whatever the status of system will, if you are moving on, we are waiting for 10 minutes now, that the GPS arrow will be waiting for that particular time. So visibility of system status. So whatever we are going to this, we will be mobility, the match between the system with real world. So pinch to zoom. So here the designer should end over the mirror the language and concept users would find in the real world based on who their target users are, presenting informations in logical order and piggybacking on user expectations derived from their real world experience will reduce the cognitive strain and makes systems easier to use. So pins to zoom. So user control and freedom, a third one. So here undo and redo in the Google Docs. So we having an option called undo and redo. So whatever you are going to clearly marked exist from accidental or unwanted actions, this redo an entire process emergency exist creates a feeling of freedom for the users. The exists need to be clearly labeled and discoverable too. The clearly defines exist and the feelings of freedom they create for a user also fosters trust in your product and brand. They reduce the frustrations and negative feelings that help make your product more user friendly. So consistency and standards. This search magnifying classes. The interface designer should ensure that both graphic elements and the terminologies are maintained across the similar platforms. For example, an icon that represents one category or concept should not represent a different concept when used on different screen. So next one is error prevention. So the error prevention is nothing but we having slips and mistakes. The errors have happened unconsciously, usually because caused by inattention. Next one is mistakes. The errors are consciously made, usually a result of cognitive load or mismatch between the user's mental model and design. So the example is shake to undo confirmation box on iPhone's latest OS. So the UA designers can use the practical constraint, can change default settings, or provide the confirmations options to prevent the slips. They can minimize the mistakes and making the cognitive load higher. So second, next one is recognition rather than recall. It is a security code autofill. Autofill. As a user interface designer, you should ensure that user don't need to remember the information from one part of their interface to another. All key elements and actions and options should be visible or easily retrievable throughout the app. They should also be located in the same place. The flexibility and efficiency to use. While consistency and uniformity are the importance to build trust and initiative with the users, the making the efficient by providing shortcuts and customizations can build different kinds of trust with their users. So here this can be look like customization dashboard, keyboards, shortcuts, or touch gestures that speed up the common functions. So aesthetic and minimalistic design. So here example is medium. So the design dominate the user interface for the reason. It is only includes the information is a vital. The designs should not feature something that they rarely needed. Keeping unimportant component in a design reduces the relative visibility and importance of the key element. Help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from the errors. The users want autonomy and control. They do not want to reach out to your company when they encounter an error, and they don't want their each other. To avoid this, it is essential to help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from the mistakes independently. So help and documentations. The strong error messages are not enough to completely overall of your basis. The example clear is chatbots. So the providing help and documentations that is searchable and easy to find the crucials for the long-term success of any piece of software and hardware. So the next step to solve the or learn a functions to be should be listed in a concrete way. So whether the possibilities are, it is best to represent the documentations to the user at the moment that they can actually need it. Example chatbots. So that's all about this one. Typography, this one. We will discuss about the next class with the third unit. Thank you.